Hey YouTube, it's Robert coming to you from right below my kitchen sink, and in today's video I'm going to show you how we can quickly replace a garbage disposal. So if you're looking for a DIY project and you'd like to save some money having a plumber come out to do this for you, then watch this video because you can definitely do this one on your own in most cases, and I'm going to show you guys how right now. And because I was replacing an InSinkErator Badger unit with almost one-for-one replacement, I am actually going to be able to reuse my existing flange. So that's a step I don't need to worry about and won't be covering in this video. If you guys are starting from scratch, or maybe you're going from one type of unit to another, you may have some additional steps to worry about there, and follow the instructions, as well as maybe finding some additional YouTube videos that might cover that particular step. But I'm going to show you guys how easy it is if we're just taking off the old garbage disposal and putting on a new one. We can do this in about 20 minutes and save ourselves a couple $100 in a plumber coming out to do it for you. So starting by just taking a quick look under our sink here. If you're new to this, I know it can look intimidating if we just see cords and hoses and pipes running all over the place, but take a second here and we're just looking at what we've actually got going on. Our garbage disposal is connected to three things right now. We've got the power cord running into the outlet in the back of the wall there. We have a hose coming off the top that runs down all the way around back to that left corner and over to the dishwasher in the cabinet to the left. And then we've got our waste pipe connection that runs across and connects with the drain from the basin on the other side of the sink, and then all the way down the outflow P-trap there, and takes all of our waste out. So we've got three connections that we need to worry about disconnecting, and then we can pull our garbage disposal safely from the flange. So first we're going to disconnect our power cord. Then we can go ahead and move over to our hose connected to the dishwasher. We're just going to unscrew that, pull it from the unit, and then we move down to our waste pipe. We have two screws that are locking that in place. So take away the one on the left, and then we remove the one from the right. That will allow us to release that plate, and then we can just simply swing the arm out and away from the garbage disposal unit. Now we can just give our garbage disposal a simple twist and remove it from the flange. And here we have our existing garbage disposal removed. Now our new garbage disposal is basically a newer version of what we had before, the InSinkErator Badger Series. I went with the 3/4 horsepower for just again replacing it with what I had. It comes with most of the supplies that we need, but you'll notice it does not come with the power cord. So if we need a new one of those, we'll get this separate power cord kit here, also made by InSinkErator. Now opening the box, I'll have the instructions and warranty card right at the top. Then I'll have my flange, which I'm not going to be using. I'm going to reuse the existing flange. I will use that stopper, however. Then we're going to take out our actual big heavy garbage disposal unit. And I will also have another little bag in here that's going to have some additional parts and pieces for install, most of which I'm not actually going to need for this particular video. So pulling out our garbage disposal unit here, you can see we've got the InSinkErator. It's a Badger Series again, 3/4 horsepower once again. Out of that green bag, I won't need anything except for my rubber gasket and plate here that's going to reconnect our waste pipe to the garbage disposal. So the first step of our new install will be connecting our new power supply cord. We start by removing this little plate on the bottom of our garbage disposal. And then once we have that removed, we have the power supply kit, which comes with the little metal lock that you see on the left side there. I'm feeding the power supply cord right through that, and then I'm going to pull it back out of the box so I can make my connections of my wires. Now I've got three connections I need to make with my power supply cord. I'm going to take and connect my neutral wires, and then I will connect my live wires, and lastly I will connect my ground wire. On our power supply cord, one of those black wires has a threaded texture to it, and the other one is a smooth cable. So look very carefully in the instructions just to verify that you are connecting the live wires, and then you're connecting the neutral wires together. And then lastly, we take and we connect our ground wire. So we remove our ground screw. We're going to thread that through our connector hole on the ground wire, and then we're going to rethread that right back into place. With our ground screw secured, we can then go ahead and push all of our wires back into the box. We'll give that ground screw a final little tighten once everything is in place. And then we can go ahead and start to secure our little cable clamp here. Make sure that we've got that nice and tight. And finally, we reconnect our cover plate over our wire box. And if your garbage disposal connects to a dishwasher, we have to remove this little plug in that dishwasher connection hole so that the hose can allow the water to flow through. We're going to do that by just taking a screwdriver and hammering it through until we pop that little plastic piece off. Once we've got that done, we can go ahead and reconnect our garbage disposal. This part's probably the trickiest part to do by yourself because it is a little heavy. You got to fidget with it to get it to latch on to the flange, but it took me maybe 30 seconds or so to kind of mess with it until I got it to connect. After that, we're going to go ahead and reattach our dishwasher hose. Again, we lock that into place with our clamp here. To reconnect our waste pipe, we're going to install our rubber gasket into the slot where it fits perfectly on the garbage disposal. Then we can swing our pipe around and connect it back to there before sliding our plate back on and rescrewing it into place. And we again want to make sure that all of these things are done very tight so that there's no water leakage. And now that we've got everything connected, we run our sink water so that we can check and make sure that we don't have any leaks below. So coming down here, you can see that we've got everything looking tight, secure. We don't have even the slightest sign of any leaks. So we want to make sure that we do that before we go ahead and turn our garbage disposal on and make sure that it's running properly. So we can hear that running. Everything sounds good with it. Last, we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn our dishwasher on. Get this just on a quick wash here, rinse wash, so that we can get some water in there. And when we turn it off, we can see that the water is running up through that hose into the garbage disposal. And again, we don't have any leaks on that specific connection. So that water coming through the dishwasher will run up into the garbage disposal and then back out our waste pipe.
And then lastly, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put a cabinet liner in here. So that might not be a bad idea for you guys. You can put this in, all of your cabinets. Additional protection to keep the bottoms of your cabinet bases from getting damaged by water or even just banged up by pots and pans. So I'll have a link to that in the description below as well, and we'll see what that looks like here in just a second. And there's a quick look at our cabinet shelf liner. Pretty easy. You don't have to cut it perfectly, but it gives a little bit of additional protection for your cabinet base, any of your drawers. And as I mentioned before, if I have a future leak, I've got at least one more layer of protection before that cabinet box is damaged at all. So that's it on the shelf liner for you.
And that's all there is to it. I gotta get up off the floor, but before you guys take off, if you could just take that quick second to hit the thumbs up button for me. Comment down below if you have any additional questions or just strictly to share your success stories. I love hearing how some of these videos have given you guys the confidence in your own DIY abilities to go ahead and tackle these projects and save some money not having to hire professionals to handle some of these little repairs. Again, all the kind words are very much appreciated, as well as the support that you've all given this channel in general. So until the next video, I wish you all the best and we'll see you soon.